and welcome to part 2 of Nightmares from the Deep 1, The Cursed Heart Collector's Edition. Now, I know this took a little while to get on, but I had a couple of issues. One being the fact that I had forgotten to turn on the record. Anyways, I'm going to put my timer on my phone to an hour, because that's what I'm doing. I'm doing an hour gameplay. So if you hear something really annoying go off, it's my phone. Anyways, to get this started, Pirate Wedding. We hereby announce the wedding of Countess Mary Bannister and Pirate Captain Henry Remington. The ceremony will take place on the 14th of June, 1720 AD at the fortress grounds. Admission with invitation only. So there's a gear there that I need. I need this little hook. So here's the bait for it. Another doubloon. I'll need to scrape that off. I need to get that. Let's talk to this guy.
What are you doing here? Have you come to free us? Oh, you're just looking for your daughter. Remington rushed through here on his way to the fortress. If you see him, give him my decomposing regards. If not for Remington and his damned bride, we would be buried like proper dead, not hanging here for eternity.
Okay, I sense some resentment. Anyway, so the whole deal with this video is if I can finish the game in under an hour, there will be no part 3. However, if I cannot finish the game in under an hour, there will be part 3. So let's get busy, huh? And there's the limes for my rum recipe, if you haven't forgotten.
So, it's you, the one who made Remington hightail it to his hideout. Good job. But you won't find him without getting inside the fortress, and it's a pretty solid one. Last time when the army's fleet attacked us, only the cannonballs were able to crush the walls. The massacre that happened afterward is Remington's fault. If he'd stayed true to the pirate way, we wouldn't have ended up like this. I have to warn you, though. He's still dangerous. Take this knife. It may come in handy.
Well, at least a skeleton that's helpful. Now, let's get some stuff done. There's that. There's the candle to light the cannonball. Now, I can save the doubloon, or I can go and actually do some stuff. Like, do that, for instance. I need the spices, and that's it. Which I believe will be here. Yep. There's the spices. Here's cutscene number 4. Well, doubloon number 4 with its cutscene.
One of the vessels attacked by Remington's crew happened to be on its way to pick up the young Countess, Mary Bannister, and safely transport her to her father in San Juan. The pirates boarded the ship, killed the Marines, and then donned the dead men's uniforms. At the port of call, before anyone noticed, Remington kidnapped Countess Mary, expecting a grand ransom.
Oh, and for the viewers who are wondering, unfortunately, due to the fact that both Chaotic and I live in separate places, Chaotic will not be joining me in commentating during this video. So Dark613 is only your commentator today, as well as for any other hidden object games that will be submitted to the dungeon playlist. And from here on out, any more doubloons I will keep in my inventory and save for later. Hopefully that's not too big of an issue, but I'd rather save them. You know, it's a lot more fun just to find everything out all at once instead of bit by bit. Anyways, let's give this guy his grog. And put that there. I still need a vial, so let's move on off from here. And get some work done. Okay, that's my next destination, that tower. Get to keep the tile. That won't be helpful right now because we still need the scraper, which will be right there. Scrape off this moss, scrape off this moss. Now time for the puzzle. There's that. 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 And that. That. And voila. Done. There's the fire thing that we need. The fire symbol. There's that. I need to feed these bugs. There's the portrait. Let's read this. Pause it. Take a read. Here's the second page. Pause it. Take a read. Here's the final page. Pause it. Take a read. Bye. Alright. Get the vial. Time to go do alchemy. Yay. Right here. And we make acid because it's green. Yep, see, vial of acid. And we need that here to pick up the invitation that we need for the wedding. Then we go all the way. Get an object and go. We have to go all the way back to that giant door that we saw. That we blew up. We'll keep the fishing net. Which we'll use later on. 1, 2, 3. Acid on this one. Bye, acid. Okay, we need the fish bowl. We need to build a wheel. We need a fish. That ring there is for that door. The 2 eyes and an invite. Let's get a move on. We get to keep the dead flies. Remember, we need them for the Venus flytrap, that's why. 1, 2, 3. But we're not done there yet. We get the fish hook. Now this is where we can do that stuff now. Fish hook. Bait. We need the little hole for the fishy. Ah! Got our fish. Sometimes the fishy takes a while to get moving. got this. For the terrace. Portrait piece. Do this first. There's the oil that we'll need. And there we go. We get the oil can. This portrait is 4 pieces big.
Remington. He tore the painting which I haunt. He remembered me as a young girl. Now he's insane, planning to set infernal powers in motion once again. Help him. Find the map marking the way to the treasure.
She usually never finishes speaking, which is a little weird. Anyways, you need to go back up to the terrace, to here, to do the oil. And then we can keep going. That, there, that, there. We need to fix this, but we don't have the tools yet. Let's do that. We get to keep the crank.
Oh my god! The gondola's mechanism has broken. I should fix it if I want to return.
I'm gonna skip the animation because it's always the same animation. I'm gonna grab this eye. Now we'll go to the stairs, the wall, the yard, the lobby, this part. 1, 2. Now we have to put the gears together. Remember. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4. There's 5. We give the wedding invite. Let's see how much time I have left. 40 minutes. I'm doing very well so far. Let's see. Nice violin. Any game that has violin music is a plus for me because I've always wanted to learn how to play violin. I just love violin. It's just soothing.
we called a truce among all pirate companies for the duration of Captain Remington's wedding. It was supposed to be a great ball for all the sea wolves in the Caribbean. We left our weapons on the ships as an act of good faith, so when Baron Bannister's soldiers showed up, we were defenseless. They butchered us without hesitation, men and women, innocent and guilty alike. But now, Captain Remington is back at last, and he will avenge us so that we may finally rest in peace.
I don't think so. And he doesn't look weaponless.
The festivities were beginning when the soldiers rushed in, guns blazing, swords slashing at the crowd. It was a massacre. The grimmest wedding I ever attended. And the last one, too. But tonight, the captain has appeared with a new girl on his arm. Maybe he has found a way to recreate the wedding somehow.
My sword was useless when the slaughter began. In the blink of an eye, the wedding guests were dead or dying. Just before my own death, I saw the Countess crying as her treacherous father rescued her and chained up Captain Remington for execution before her eyes. But now, the Captain's voodoo gimmicks might prove useful, and we will see the Countess and him walk down the aisle once again.
I wonder who those three ghosts are supposed to be. Like, which pirates do they represent? I was just curious, you know? I think the third guy with the, what is it? The, sword was our, Captain Jack Sparrow or something. That would be cool if he is. Or was. And the girl could probably be Elizabeth Bathory or whatever her name was. Pouch horn mug telegraph. Yep, we get the steering wheel part. We still need to light this. There we go. Where do we get to eat? Oh, the flints. That's what this lens is for. Nope, that was right. That one was right. There you go. Now we can see in that eye hole. Which is down here. card. Right there. Shrooms. Centipede. Handcuffs. Tortoise. Feather. Snake. Arrow. Flask. Pawn. Snail. Boot. We get to keep the steering wheel part. Because we need that. Right here. To open up the hideout. Open up the hideout. I'm gonna let you read. Okay. Good. There we go. So that's important. I believe we get to keep the shovel, yes. Bowl. Bat. Inkwell. Frame. Pearls. Sphere. Pie. Yeah, we get to keep the shovel. Because we will need that in 2 spots. First one's here. We get to keep that. I'm gonna hold on to this. Second spot that we need it is right here. I'm keeping that. Nope, excuse me. There's the ice pick, there's the apple, slingshot, the toad, the lamp, and finally, we need to find a bowl. There it is. Back to the hideout. I wonder how we get green from purple, brown, bland, and water. Doesn't make sense. Anyways, I'm heading back to the ship to pick up something else. Well, to do this and then Let's see. There's doubloon number 2. Holding on to that for now. We need to go to the terrace to do this. Lizard tongue, which is that. Thread spool. Right up there. Pin cushion. Fish bones. Gargoyle. 2 bells. Crayfish. Mirror. Egg. Green liquid. Vision. We get to keep the lizard tongue, which we'll need. We'll need the hair there. Right out. Up. We get to keep the ear. Get to keep the ear. I need another one over there. Here's part 2. See, told you it's going to be 4 pieces.
I took this old symbol with me to the grave. Recovering it would help you understand what drives him. Maybe you can stop Remington in time. If only you could regenerate my hand.
That's simple. Okay, so it looks like I do have to do these.
During her days aboard Remington's black galleon, the captive Mary Bannister turned out to be fearless, peaceful, and resilient as she tried to shun the pirates' advances. Captain Remington was keeping her out of harm's way. On rare occasions, Mary was given permission to visit the deck. Once, to avoid her father's disgrace, she attempted suicide and jumped into the water.
Cutscene number 2.
Remington jumped in after Mary and saved her from drowning, but the rescued girl soon became feverishly ill. The captain couldn't trust any of his vicious mates, so he personally nursed Mary back to health on Skull Island. During that time, Remington fell in love with the beautiful countess at his mercy. Mary noticed Remington's feelings and started to care for the legendary pirate.
Aw, how sweet. Anyways, let's check the map. 1, 2. Lighthouse first. That note is hard to see. Like, very hard to see. There's the other doubloon. Now I need to go to the hideout. We need that. Yes, I did that. I read that. Let's check the map. Oh, eye hole. Okay. Right. The other bone lever is there. Go to the hideout for. To open up the catacombs. And we get the dragon scale right here. We need an urn. See? And a key. So, terrace, tower, she's still there. Remember correctly.
Placeholder.
There we go. Now we have to go all the way back down to the crypt. Regenerate the hand. Which is disgusting, by the way, because you see it regenerate. Oh, that's nasty, that's nasty, that's nasty. and it degenerates again. Ugh. Artifacts Mundi, some of your animations are disgusting. Anyways, back to the terrace and the tower, and she's gone. Open up that, get the key, get that, and read this. Okay. You could pause, so. That's creepy. Really creepy. Anyways, there's the lizard. Ankh. Doll. Trouble Clef. Where is the shell? Oh, up there. I get to keep the wooden arm. Out. That really is creepy. We get another portrait piece. It's the big thing. Is that? Oh. Looks like Remington took her body.
Remington's mad. I couldn't stop him as he took my remains from my grave. He's planning to bring me back, but we'll never recover the time we lost. The doors to the underground bay are sealed with. I wore this pattern all my life.
Let's go to the captain's quarters and do these 3 now. I'll only have 3 left to find. 6 out of 12, 3 out of 6.
While Remington's and Mary's love was becoming mutual, Mary's father was preparing a coalition of military forces to rescue the girl. The grim Baron Bannister had only recently come into money and power and was still greedy for more. He was planning to kill 3 birds with 1 stone. Liberate his daughter, kill the fearsome pirate, and save the ransom.
So we have about 16 minutes left. Let's see how far I can get in that 16 minutes.
To win Mary's heart, Remington revealed the truth of his origin. Turns out, Remington was a poor nobleman who signed a pact with the infernal Davy Jones. For the price of his soul, Davy made Remington immortal. The all-powerful Remington joined forces with Caribbean pirates and acquired a formidable crew. And now, thanks to Mary, the captain promised to end his pirate career.
Okay, so at least this Davy Jones doesn't look like the ones from Pirates of the Caribbean. Yes, I'm gonna be throwing around that joke a lot. At least for this series.
The star-crossed lovers planned to marry at once, with all the sea's pirates in attendance to witness their vows to each other. On the eve of the wedding, a military coalition struck the fortress full of defenseless pirates. The Caribbean Sea turned red with blood, and Skull Island became a place of torment. Remington was sentenced to death before Mary's eyes. The young countess was broken-hearted.
I said it before, I'll say it again. Mary's father is an asshole. Anyways, let's see. Okay, so the tower and inside the lightning house. Let's go to the lightning house first. That's the easiest to get to. Okay, so we got the wooden arm. And we got another doubloon. No, wait. Here's the tower. That's what we needed. Oh, whoops. Go down to the hideout. Go over here.
To admit, you don't give up easily. I'm this close to bringing my love back to life, and I don't have time to bother with you right now. You dare to say she wouldn't want to be resurrected? That's nonsense. It's the only way we can be together after all these years. If you think you're so smart, bring me proof that my beloved doesn't want to return. You will have to summon her ghost, you fool.
Alright, so let's try and summon Mary's ghost. Portrait piece. Gold fork. There's the knight. 2 swans. Crown. The Admiral bust. Pheasant. Buddha. Sphinx. There's the Sphinx. The spoon. Child. And the purse. We get to keep the portrait piece. Ah. Alright. Let's go to the crypt. And complete the portrait. Told you it was 4 pieces.
Now I'm whole again. Love is eternal, but people are so fragile. I need to talk with Henry before he makes a mistake. Take me to my captain.
And we get to keep the portrait. Now, time for the doubloon. And we have 10 minutes left.
Baron Bannister was claimed victorious for killing Remington and his nefarious crew. The Baron capitalized on his success by forcing his daughter to marry the captain of the Royal Navy. Mary endured a childless and unhappy marriage with the old dull soldier. And when her spouse eventually died, Mary, now a wealthy widow, decided to return to Skull Island.
Okay, so let's check out the map. We need to go to the ballroom and the bay. Let's go back to the ship, to the captain's quarters. We only have 2 left, well, 1 left after this.
Even though Skull Island was now a sad and dreary place, memories of happier times came back to Mary as she started wandering the familiar grounds. Mary used the money she inherited to build a crypt for her and her captain if his body was ever found. Soon after that, the lonely Mary died. According to her wishes, she was buried at the new crypt.
So that's what the second coffin was for. Alright, now let's head to the bay. And give Remington Mary's portrait.
I do not wish to be resurrected, my love. It's time you joined me.
Stay, please.
Such a sad story.
I was so blind and selfish. After all this time, she still only wants that I give up on this cruel and vengeful life. She wanted an ordinary man, not a legendary criminal. Rather than resurrecting her, I should join her in the afterlife. Perhaps she is waiting for me there. Find those 12 cursed doubloons and bring me my deposit, the only thing that can make me a mortal man again.
Amber chest. 1, 2, 3 gold bars. Royal apple. Gold mask. Gold plate. Holy grail. Dagger. Horn. Urn and jug. Horn. We get to keep the urn. So we'll leave that here. The puzzle I hate the most. had one whole row wrong. Anyways, back to the ship. And let's see. We have 4 minutes left. There's the last doubloon.
Meanwhile, as the centuries passed, the immortal Captain Remington lay at the bottom of the sea, broken-hearted, stripped of his enchanted weapons, and weighted down by shackles and corals. The only person who could make him happy was dead. The only thing which could redeem him, a gift for the bride, was still in the cursed chest on his galleon. Remington grew weaker and weaker under the sea, waiting for a chance to set things right.
Ew. Anyone want to say dead man's chest? Really? He gave up his heart just like Davy Jones did in Dead Man's Chest. Wrong way. Nasty, nasty, nasty.
You were right. Thank you.
Sad ending.
My dear, are you all right?
At least we got our daughter back.
Mom, you saved me. I always will.
And that's that. That's the whole game. Well, with the exception of the bonus game. But that will be in part 3. I know I said I would only do an hour, and if I beat the game in an hour, there would be no part 3. But the bonus game is a fun thing to play. So, without further ado, bye. And I hope you liked this video.